Hello, buddy. Welcome to the Leading Brand Raw Edition, August 21st, 2017. Hello, everybody. My name is James Belknap. Eventually, the camera will get right to me. Hello, buddy. This is the Leading Brand. My name is James Belknap, and this for Stadium Junkies Media. Everyone, present yourselves. Hopefully, I'll stop being in the corner.
Oh, I'm Tony Lopez.
And I'm Jeffrey Burtis.
And of course, this is for Raw, August 21st, 2017. Now, gentlemen, we obviously just got off from SummerSlam, as I'm still stuck in the corner, just like SummerSlam's now in the past. As I'm still stuck in the corner, and now SummerSlam's back in the past.
What the heck is going on?
Would you like to put me in the main screen, please?
I'm trying, okay? I'm trying, so I'm like, what the heck is going on? No.
As Jeffrey is trying to figure that out by just needing to click on my little picture, we start off with the Universal Championship champion Brock Lesnar coming out with Paul Heyman to kick off the show. And of course, Paul Heyman pretty much kind of recycled out of what he said the past, I don't know, month or so, saying that, hey, you know, this is the undisputed champion. This is Brock Lesnar. I have undersold him, and he has done the best. And even the time that people say I shouldn't be coming in, he still brings me into the fold. And so he still brings in the fold and wins the championship. And then coming out, the monster among men himself, Braun Strowman, comes out and destroys Lesnar. Destroys Lesnar. Doesn't even give him a chance. He gets him pretty well, as if it was Goldberg all over again. They know the formula how to make Lesnar look weak and look strong at the same time. So, the grade was given for this was an A. Gentlemen, do you feel like this was a strong showing?
Tony, you want to
This is
start?
a very strong showing. This is a very, very strong showing. I haven't seen Strowman look this strong with anybody. Lesnar is actually making everybody look good right at the moment. Especially what he did at SummerSlam, taking everybody's licks. He's learning that, he's not going to be here for a long time. So it's going to happen. Somebody else is going to be eventually.
Well, what I would believe that with Lesnar, apparently with everything he's done, the last two feuds he's been doing with Joe and now Strowman, he's really been making the best set of both of them. He made Joe look good, and now he's the potential to make Braun Strowman look fantastic. I mean, if you want me to believe with the fact that he can take the title off of Lesnar, this is how you book him. You book him as a monster, and an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. This has got me very much excited for the main event at WWE No Mercy.
So the question is, what do you expect from No Mercy?
I would expect a good brawl, just an absolute brawl, which unlike Joe, not like a slow paced match. I want to see tables. I want to see destruction. I wanted to see Lesnar absolutely vulnerable in this feud. Like, Strowman is built to be this unstoppable monster.
Tony?
I feel like this match is going to be everything we want in a big man match and more, because both of these guys are athletic as all get out. But at the same time, I think WrestleMania is the plan for Brock Lesnar. I think he's going to hold it until then.
Actually, here's a fun little question. How long do you think the match should be?
I think it shouldn't be any longer than 15 minutes.
15?
I say in between 10 and 15 minutes. They can make that work.
Sometimes I think 5 could be too much. If you want to do a whole series, I think the best solution would be 5. If you want to do a series of matches, with the final match being around 15 minutes.
I would say honestly, maybe 15, 20 minutes. 20 minutes minimum on this match, because this could, I don't know, my only problem is, can Lesnar keep up for like 10 to 15 minutes? 15 minutes is a good long match. 20, I would love to see how well he can carry. I don't know. I would love to see 20 minutes at least. Push them both to their limit. 30 minutes is way too much, especially from those monsters.
Well, speaking of monsters, there is one monster who currently is down right now. He's not going to be able to participate for a while. Initially starting with the Brooklyn Street Fight, Enzo Amore versus Big Cass. And of course, this looking like it was supposed to be a squash match at first, but it ended up that Enzo actually came up with the win, because when Big Cass came along, he was doing the big boot. He was about to knock out Enzo with the big boot. Okay, big man move, what do you expect? Kind of like a choke slam, it's an expected move. He's generic. But then he goes over the top rope, and he stumbles like a newborn deer, trying to learn its footing. And all of a sudden, it just doesn't look good at first. But, at first I was thinking, okay, he just took a hard lick. But then, after a while, he started getting back up, hit Enzo, and he's limping around the ring. And my first thought is ACL or lateral meniscus. And it's like, that's how I limped, exactly how he's doing when I tore my lateral meniscus. To the point where he can't even hit the, let's see, what does he call it now? The Empire Elbow.
The Empire Elbow.
He collapsed trying to do the Empire Elbow, and then the match was called. You saw the ref throw the X. That made me just go, oh, wow. And this is not the proper time for an injury, especially when trying to get a push like that.
He's trying. The thing is, Cass was getting pushed. He's getting a massive push because he has potential. Enzo, all he does is talk. The fans are slowly turning on him because all he does is the same promo, gets absolutely demolished by Big Cass. We're tired of this feud. We want to see something better, but Enzo, let's just face it, he cannot wrestle. So all he does is talk. Big Cass can wrestle, but can't talk that well on the mic. So when it brings me back to the point that they should have been tag team title champs at least once before the breakup, because it's such a darn shame. These two are better as a team instead of going their separate ways. It's too early.
I just feel like it was just an unfortunate situation, because I think they were actually going to push him here soon. But now we know he's going to be out for 9 months. He's going to miss WrestleMania, and we'll just have to restart when he comes back. Now, Enzo, really,
yeah,
I don't even know what's going on with him. So
technically won this feud.
I wouldn't count it as a win. I'd count it as just like a towels in. Can't really do anything now.
I mean, he got the last win in this feud. So
last wins don't always mean anything if you were winning the whole war. I mean, if you want to count wins and such like that, look back into history. There was actually a person that was for Nazi Germany who did not know the war ended for up to 20 years. And he was still fighting in Russia, in the tundra, for 20 years before he realized that he lost the war.
Okay, then.
He got his small battles in. He got his small wins. But did he win the war? Did he win the feud?
Well,
digress.
All right, you got a point. But very unfortunate for Cass. He said, Tony, you said 6 to 9 months?
6 to 9 months. ACL and a partially torn MCL.
Ooh.
ACL or MCL? I heard ACL.
Completely torn ACL and a partially torn MCL.
Oh, so, yeah, especially with a bigger person, that's always a little tougher. So we're expecting 10 months before cleared.
Yeah, exactly. So no WrestleMania, guys.
Back till after SummerSlam? Jeez.
Yeah.
That will... He's not... I don't think he'll ever get that big of a push again. That's unfortunate, though.
I mean, right now Finn is starting to get a little bit of a push, but it takes a while before you finally get your push back. Especially when you got everyone lined up to do theirs. Right now, it's going to be Braun Strowman. Looks like he's going to be getting his push. And then, okay, we got that storyline going. Then who's next? And we're not referring to Goldberg right here, but seriously, who's next? They have things lined up for 3 to 6 months at a time. Just got to fill in the details here and there.
Exactly.
It was Joe. It was Joe for a good minute. Now it's Strowman. Then after that, who's left? Is it Finn or is it Rollins? Reigns?
I mean, right about now, it's like Rollins and Dean are not involved in the storyline, the main event storylines, at least right now.
I mean, after Strowman, it has to be Cena, unfortunately.
I mean, it probably could be Roman. So.
Well, especially with Roman and the Shield building up again.
Either that or it's going to be maybe somebody's getting called up to Raw. Like, there could be a shakeup coming.
We're still waiting on that, but now that's all we got for. Let's move on, James.
I mean, hey, here's a fun thing. Can we actually make a 1-hour show of people who are completely, utterly buried right now? I mean, we can have Rusev, Baron Corbin, Enzo, and now Emma in that list.
Don't forget Dolph Ziggler.
Hey.
That's 5 people.
Dolph Ziggler can probably save himself next week. I'll get to that when we do the leading brand on SmackDown.
He is here to show the world, so.
Yes.
Nia doing her usual thing. To be honest, not really much of anything. It's just normal. Massive Samoa drop for the win. Okay. Normal thing. To be honest, if I would have to give it a grade, I would have to give this the D+ to C-. Not really much of anything. To be honest, it's really stagnant with Nia right now because I think she's in this development hell or in this creative hell right now. And they're trying to book everybody what they need to do main event wise. And because they're trying to slide it to the table, they don't know how to deal with people who are on the cusp.
I would agree. I mean, what can you do with Nia? Bayley's out. Sasha's champ. Alexa, she's still fighting for the title. I mean,
Nomercey.
Oh, jeez.
What?
What is referencing?
But I don't know what you do with Nia. She's in creative hell.
At this point, I need her to go on a tear. I need that thought of tear, like get to a 2-on-1 situation, tornado tag, but she doesn't have a partner kind of thing. Fun stuff. Fun things that makes it very easy to just go, hey, here's a real monster here, and don't ever let her lose. Let her have 3 to 5 wins, and then go for the title.
Okay. I think she's going to win on Raw next week. I think she'll probably end up putting herself in the main event at No Mercy.
What, and helping Alexa?
No, I think it's going to be Nia versus Sasha.
Okay, been there, seen that.
Yeah, but not for a title.
I guess. Okay, sure. Poor Emma, though. Maybe she'll get a push from all these losses. Maybe the fans will back her up. Who knows?
Well, I do know the fans are starting to back up one person. By the way, I got to ask you one singular question. Who wants to walk with Elias?
Jesus, the pop that he gets now.
Hey, I don't know if it's ironic, if people do it ironically, hipster-wise, or if they truly want to walk with Elias at this point.
Ironically doing it, but, yeah.
Tony, you said this gimmick did not work in NXT, correct?
It didn't. The fans didn't buy it in NXT. But now, I guess people hate it so much, it's starting to catch on, kind of like...
it's kind of like the New Day. The New Day just spammed it right down our throats and positivity, and then they got too good. They got over with it.
Jeffrey,
it's the fact they
took my
also
answer.
shortened his name again.
Wait, what?
They shortened his name. It's just Elias.
Elias? Okay, sure. But still, when you spit it down our throats, we're like, maybe he's not too bad. Maybe. And then we turn and actually like it. Isn't that right, James? Is that what your answer was, the New Day?
Yeah, because I was sitting at home and I was thinking about it, and I was like, what other group or individual we got rammed down our throats that we actually liked? Roman didn't work, but it worked for women and children. But who else did? And I thought about it. It's like, damn, no one really liked the New Day, because the reason why is Usos came on my iPod, and initially I was like, you know what? Do people really like the Usos being heel? It's like at first they didn't, and then after a while, I'm down since day one-ish.
Down since day one-ish. Yeah.
And then I thought about it. You know, they were initially heels, the New Day, and it was supposed to be, you know, the power of positivity. And they did heelish things, but they didn't really do much of it. And then eventually people just started. I think the call and response factor worked a lot, and I think the more call and response Elias uses, no matter if you try to play heel or not, I think it's going to work out in the end for him. Now, to put him over beyond the mid-card and onto the main event, that's going to be the question he can only answer by his creative.
That is all on Elias. Right now, he's, as far as I'm concerned, keep him mid-card. Keep him mid-card because he doesn't do anything on the main event picture right now.
Well, at this point, I think there's too many people on the Raw roster that does too much for the main event style.
Yeah.
Because
what happened?
I think that also works well for SmackDown is the fact that you do have this ability to be the land of opportunity because there's not that many main eventers. If they are main eventers, they are put in mid-card hell sometimes.
Oh, I like how the main event should be in mid-card and the mid-card should be in main event on SmackDown.
Oh, you're talking about U.S. and actual title.
Oh, yes. Let's save that for the leading brand on SmackDown, okay?
But, of course, Kurt Angle comes out for second hour, and who does he announce? That they received a free agent. And if anyone watches or even hears about the dirt sheets, what do you know? John Cena's back. And guess what? He doesn't give a rat's ass.
Oh, God.
Wow.
He's having way too much fun with this promo.
At this point, I think he looks at Vince and he goes, what are you going to do about it? Because I'm going to act like a child to kind of appease everybody.
Yeah, I heard that after Raw went off the air, he addressed the little beach ball incident.
Oh, they banned them.
Yeah, they're banning the beach ball incident. Hell, John Cena was really into it. John Cena was like, I really like when the crowd is going. Even if they don't like what they're watching, at least make sure it's loud. I like that. I really like that. As long as people are having fun. He truly sees the value of the dollar in that matter for the fan.
Because the fans are pretty much the paycheck. Without the fans, what's it to wrestle for?
So John Cena comes out and he wants to see a very certain wrestler. And who do you know? What do you know? The two most polarizing people are in the ring. Roman Reigns comes out. And then whenever Miz music hits, just trying to disturb the moment, what do you get? Thank you, Miz. Thank you, Miz. And to be honest, that turned into a shoe promo for Miz. Talking about where's his moment, because his IC title wasn't defended. And look how many title changes we had the whole SummerSlam. Look how many defense we had. Every title but the IC title was on the line.
It's not just that. It's the fact that that match went on and there was nobody in the arena. Nobody. Everybody involved in that matchup on Sunday were extremely pissed off. So what did you expect? You hand Miz a microphone on Monday Night Raw. You don't think he's going to talk about how he's feeling?
Oh, he's fed from the.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, the internet's kind of messed up on us, so I'm trying to hear. But pretty much, the Miz there for a second. For some reason, his name kind of turned into Ryback because anytime the crowd cheered, he fed him more.
Mm-hmm.
So every time that crowd cheered, and they were just. I mean, at one point, the crowd, you expect, let's go Cena sucks, or let's go Roman sucks. No, we just hear, you both suck. That's how powerful those two are. You both suck.
That's the best chant I've ever heard. Best chant I've ever heard, because they do both suck.
Other than Let's Go Beach Ball?
Oh, well, Let's Go Beach Ball was fun. But,
But yeah, who would you cheer for if you had that match between Cena and Reigns? I wouldn't care, honestly.
It's like watching the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. Nobody cares.
Exactly. Can't stand either one, so I have no rooting interest whatsoever.
So in this case, obviously, there was a tag team matchup setting up, except you have to choose which Miz member, and the question is who? Then all of a sudden, he comes out. Samoa Joe comes out, and he addresses the situation and lets him know, no, screw that guy, he ain't your tag partner. Screw that guy, he ain't your tag partner. I'm your tag partner. It looks directly at Roman Reigns, of course.
Yay.
Setting up something.
So the question is, do you want a Joe versus Joe feud coming up?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. Really.
No.
I love it.
Sorry, James, I'm going to have to disagree with you. I want Joe Cena.
Not yet.
When? How much longer?
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, I can wait for that. But I definitely want a Joe versus Joe scenario right here. And of course, for the people in the audience, comment. Let us know what you think. Because we definitely will answer you, depending upon which way you go. Especially if you hate 8-man tag team matches like we do for in the Cruiserweight match. Which heels lost, by the way.
Of course. Faces always seem to always win in no-meat tag matches. That was just waste of time.
So it's a what's the point situation. We don't really need anything else in that. But seriously, people, comment. We'll talk to you.
Yes. But, I mean, there's nothing
One
to
is
talk
the Lonely Heart. But an 8-man tag, we don't like.
Ugh, that was a waste of time. But, anyway, so that was a time killer. I guess they need something to fill in 3 hours.
Yeah, especially when you want to start off the third hour with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose versus the Hardy Boys.
Ooh, the Hardys.
Which was
Are they broken?
surprisingly good match. Surprisingly.
To be honest, there was little moments of botches here and there, but once they revved up, oh my god, it just has those
Hardy still
reminiscences
have
of back in the
Seth
early
Dean,
2000s.
Everybody looked good. Exactly.
There's been a slowdown in tag teams in recent, but there was a little revelation. But nothing beats the early 2000s, and it just felt that way. It just felt like an Edge and Christian kind of style versus the Hardys.
That's very impressive, but I have one question for you, gentlemen. Are they broken yet?
No.
Well, do they have rights yet? But they're awoken.
Soon, but... Well, I do like the fact that the Hardys are feuding with the Ambrose Shield 2 3/4. It gives them something to do until the Revival comes back. Because I want to see Hardys versus the Revival.
FTR.
Yes. But I mean, it was a great match, and the Hardys are well protected. The Hardys are well protected in WWE. When you beat them, it means something. The only two teams that beat them are like former tag team champions since their run came back. So it's either Sheamus and Cesaro or Ambrose and Rollins. That's a pretty good category for who's beating. Oh wait, and the club. Didn't they beat them a bit? So they've been the most tag team so far. Tony, you got something?
By the way, has anyone ever talked about how they were doing the shocker constantly for the V1? V1.
Oh.
Every time, I never really talked about it. Like, who decided in creative that the shocker was going to be their thing?
Matt.
That was Matt.
Matt. I mean, who else is awoken?
Matt. Who's the most creative one of the two besides painting-wise?
That would be
painting and body paint, ink on his body.
That'd be Jeff, right?
Jeff.
Yeah, that's Jeff's specialty. And flipping over to hit his head on people's bodies from top of high things.
Oh yeah.
You seem confused, Sonny.
Yeah. No. I was looking back.
But that match, I would say it'd be A minus, only because it was a slow start and a little bit of botchy. It felt like the chemistry wasn't there at first. That's about it.
Yeah, but for the first time we've seen these two, pretty solid match. Now you give them more chemistry, more time to work together, then you can have something special. Because let's face it,
we can get them a 4.5 though, even close to a 5-star at that point. Now, Sasha Banks addressing her championship, and eventually Alexa comes out. And boy, oh boy, to be honest, not really much of anything other than the fact that, she mentions about Ric Flair, about his recovery, denounces Alexa being a goddess and saying, oh, she's not much, she's not really a goddess. Okay, I understand trying to play that role, but then Sasha Banks was then stated that she never defended her title properly. And that made me think, she never did defend that title and win.
Yep. Every time she won, it was hot potato with Charlotte. She has never successfully defended her title.
And of course, Sasha said every time she faced off against Alexa, she's always beaten her. So, it was just a by the numbers kind of game. It wasn't really much of anything other than just whip it out and eventually say that, hey, this next week is when I'm gonna face off. I'm gonna see my rematch against you.
Can Sasha actually defend her title for once? Causes help, but it'd be kind of nice to see.
Well, the matchup is going to be taking place in Memphis, Tennessee on Monday Night Raw, so we'll see.
They had to get some excitement.
Okay, sure.
Now, previously we had Finn Balor and Jason Jordan was set up, but Jason Jordan, what he did is he talked to Kurt Angle and just saying, "I'm not asking for, favoritism for any favors, any, pretty much just getting any
Balor."
What's the word I'm looking for?
Special treatment?
Special treatment, there it is. But he wanted to face off against Finn. He wanted to test himself. And to be honest, I think it was a decent match for Jason Jordan for what I expected. But the problem is, the beach ball came out. So I couldn't pay attention to that match.
Wow. The beach ball came out, but here's the thing. It's too little too late. The damage is already done to Jason Jordan. What they're trying to do. They're trying to do what Chad Gable did. Chad Gable had some great matches in defeat, but the damage has already been done. It's rinse and repeat time. So if you want me to care for Jason Jordan, you either got to do something dramatic, heel turn, basic common excuse, or something drastic. Like, put him against Brock Lesnar, see what happens.
Well, from what I'm understanding, there's a possibility that they are going to turn him sooner rather than later. So, but I think they're still going to try to set up Kurt versus Jordan at WrestleMania.
That would be a good match. I mean, the illegitimate son always comes out. Oh, hey, Daddy, nice knowing you. Oh, it was all a plan. It was all the story. It's storytelling at 1.1.
It's also a good out for Kurt Angle because hey, 1 year of being the general manager, I think that'll be a good run.
You think it'll be
they're trying to do a push. So not only you push somebody, but you also gave yourself a run for general manager.
Interesting.
I agree with that.
The thing is, Jason Jordan, I don't know. I feel like Chad Gable would have been better in this situation.
Chad Gable's a better talker.
Chad Gable can wrestle too. His thing
is just so can Jordan, but it's just Jordan is a little bit more raw.
With Jordan, my problem is where's the mic skills? Where's the charisma? You can have wrestling skill. You can have all the wrestling skills, but he's already been put on the mic. Miz TV, that was not a good outing for him.
He's not ready, willing, and Gable.
Was that pun intended?
I don't know. You tell me.
God dang it, James. Let's move on.
Let's say there's not much left after that. I mean, it was a decent match, to be honest. I think it actually boosted up Jason Jordan's stock at that point. I mean, for how low it is, but I mean, he looked sharp.
It was a pretty good match. Actually,
it's just
pretty hard hitting. It's just,
to be honest, it was just too little, too late.
Yeah,
and they should have done this match probably match 3 or match 4 for him. This is what 1, 2, 3. This is week 8. I don't know at this point.
It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute.
A little too little, too late at this point.
I said, I don't care about this. I'm like, okay, illegitimate son, whoop-de-doo. It's waste of time. Let's move on to the main event, which I actually care about.
Which is Roman Reigns and John Cena versus The Miz and Samoa Joe.
So, Joe.
To be honest, it was a really great match. I mean, to be honest, it started off as a roll of bad comedy. They had the backstage promos where it shows Samoa Joe and it says, "You two make your presence made outside the ring. You do whatever you do that looks stupid, so it distracts them, and I'm going to finish it." And they were just all scared of him. It's like, good, you bumped up Samoa Joe's stock, but you, to be honest, hurt The Miz a lot.
The Miz.
And to be honest, they've been hurting The Miz a lot in recent when it comes to his in-ring persona. At least his in-ring abilities is not tainted in any kind of way. It's still pretty damn good. It's just his charisma as being, the strong, feared competitor is being diminished.
I have a weird prediction, guys.
Go for it.
What if they set up an Intercontinental title match at No Mercy? I don't know who the opponent is.
Jordan.
But no, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Miz loses that title.
Tony,
like they announced that the Superstar Shakeup is the night after No Mercy or something like that.
Okay.
And somehow the whole Miz and Miz Taraj end up on SmackDown.
Again?
It would be better off for him. I don't think it's working on Raw for him at the moment.
There's too many main eventers, to be honest, in Raw.
And if you really wanted to, you could push Miz as the WWE champion on Monday night, not Monday Night Raw, on SmackDown Live.
The problem is the U.S. title, I feel, has more prestige than the WWE Championship right now.
But at the same time, The Miz could boost the WWE title even higher than I believe Jinder could.
Oh, Jinder's only there for the indie market. Just get that belt off of him. Make my day happier.
Miz would be there for Hollywood. He could get on every TV show in the country, and still, he could run his mouth, he could wrestle, The Miz has everything that you want in a wrestler right now, even though a lot of people don't like him.
Awesome. I came
Exactly.
to play.
Exactly.
That's a great thing, too.
It's all right, but still,
That's your weird prediction, huh? Him going back to SmackDown. Don't see it. Too early.
him going back to SmackDown. Maybe Shinsuke going to Raw.
No, absolutely not. You're crazy, Tony. Shinsuke would. There's no way he would get near the Universal title. Now with all those names up there,
We'll see.
he's winning that WWE title, Tony.
Not anytime soon, though.
Yes, get that belt off of Jinder. Oh my God. I'll go
Back
into
to Monday Night Raw.
No, James. So you think what would you do to help? My question to you is, okay, after the tag faces won, yeah. But for The Miz, we know he's good. He's absolutely fantastic on the mic. He has some of the most passionate promos out of all the WWE superstars. What would you do to give him the push of main eventer
For who again?
for The Miz?
What should I do? I mean, at this point,
How would you put him on the main event picture, basically? Like,
well, first off, who's going to be champion at the time?
okay, hypothetically, it's Roman Reigns, right? I mean, it's Brock Lesnar right now.
Brock Lesnar?
Right now.
Let's see now. How do we fit him in? Just beatdowns. What you want to do is first off, you got to make him lose the title.
Mm-hmm.
So when he loses the title, he just want to show that he obviously little things he can call Brock Lesnar is like, you're not you may be a beast, but we got you by the numbers. You're a part-timer. You don't deserve this belt. There's a lot of things that The Miz can really hit on in real life scenarios that he can play. And then not only that, the idea of the numbers game is going to help a lot. Especially, I think the person who could take the hit the most in this situation would be Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel, when after a few distractions with the ref, Curtis can go up, go for the low blow, and then a skull-crushing finale for the win.
Mm-hmm.
There's multiple ways to do it, and guess what? None of them are going to be clean. The only one that needs to be clean is Lesnar's win. That's it. Of course, 50-50 booking, you have to have Lesnar winning. So,
I mean, Lesnar. If you beat Lesnar, if you beat him clean,
there's no clean wins for Miz in this scenario.
Yes.
No, absolutely not. It'd be a roll up from behind after a distraction from Maurice.
Well, it'll be a low blow, then roll up from distraction from Maurice.
I will say this.
There you go.
I will say this. They have built Lesnar to be this unstoppable monster. Kudos to WWE for making the best out of ending the Undertaker streak. Because when you beat when you beat Lesnar clean, it is almost impossible. You have to bring your A game. You have to bring everything in the arsenal. They have seriously protected Brock Lesnar ever since he came back. Okay, when he's
Question. Who has beaten him clean since the destruction of Undertaker's streak? I only have one. That's
Goldberg. Goldberg.
And they were trying to protect him and let him have his streak. So,
Exactly.
So take away Goldberg. That's it. Everyone who has defeated him, including the Undertaker himself, had to be not clean.
It was dirty.
Yeah.
The last clean superstar before Taker's streak was Triple H.
Oh,
was it a clean win?
Okay.
It was a clean win at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was a clean win.
Okay. That's all I want to make sure, because it's Triple H. We know how this goes.
Triple H was the face at the time, and Lesnar was attacking all the McMahons, so Triple H came out saying, you know what, I'm going to fight you, and he won clean. But ever since then, Lesnar has not lost clean since only one that's beaten him clean is Goldberg. Even then, he's taking losses, not taking pinfalls. Triple threats, and it's all Rollins pin Reigns to get the title. Triple threat to set up for the WrestleMania that was here. It was Ambrose that took the pinfall. No one has pinned Lesnar, since Goldberg. And I'm very impressed with WWE's booking with how they made the Beast, the Conqueror, Brock Lesnar. I will give him kudos for that.
Because it's very tough in the situation where he's champion that you can make someone else champion at this point.
It takes you have to
beat him not clean. And how did he get away from beating Seth Rollins for get back his title? Undertaker's return.
Yes. But you know what they're going to do. Everyone in this room knows what they're going to do. You can see it clear as a day. It's going to be Reigns, Lesnar, so Reigns can main event for the 4th WrestleMania, and he's going to get the title off of Lesnar before his contract expires. If you can give me a better case scenario to get that belt off of Lesnar, I'm all ears. But that's the way it's looking.
If you're expecting to possibly use Lesnar for the last time, yeah, I expect that because what they're going to bill it as is the two people who defeated The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Exactly. They're going to sell that. They're going to sell the title, and of course, they're going to sell Roman Reigns in the main event once again. I think I have more of a problem than that than anything, because then The Miz is correct about what he's talking about.
That promo, he was absolutely speaking the truth. It was like another pipe bomb promo, aka
he's throwing many pipe bombs. And I think that's also the reason why he's been having crap bookings and being, throwaways.
He's speaking the truth. And how many moments has Reigns and Cena have gotten? Whereas the only moment I can remember with The Miz having a big time moment was a WrestleMania where The Rock was the special guest, and it set up the next year's WrestleMania between Rock and Cena.
The only thing is, what's a barometer for me, because as much as I want to crap on Roman and Cena all the time, you did notice that when Enzo was thrown off the bus, it was Roman Reigns who threw him off, and it was reported that everyone see him as the leader in the locker room. As much as I want to crap on Roman in that aspect, there is something going on if the people are seeing him as a leader in the locker room. Do y'all agree upon that? That it's something that we don't see. I mean, Stone Cold has mentioned it. Paul Heyman's mentioned it. That people say that Roman Reigns can't cut a promo, and they said horse crap. They see him cut a promo, just not what the WWE's written up. And the WWE promos make him, look bad in that aspect. As much as I would still want to crap on Roman, I think other people need the chance, and I think the WWE is the blame on that booking. Because Roman, to be honest, is a good wrestler. Roman, when it comes to promos, I've seen him do non-WWE promos. And that was way back in the day, and he can cut a promo. It's just the WWE's way of writing. They stifle him. And so, sure. I have to say that before we continue about shitting on Roman, because Roman, to be honest, does a good job. I think the more than anything, the reason why we boo Roman is to blame WWE for their pinfalls.
That and he's jamming right down our throats. I mean, Roman? He had some good matches. Don't get me wrong. He had some good matches. He's a good performer. I'm not taking that away from him, but I just don't want him jamming right down my God-forsaken throat every single time. It makes no sense that he might be main eventing his 4th straight WrestleMania. It makes no sense.
Is it 4th straight or 5th straight?
Reigns, Lesnar, main event. Reigns, Triple H, main event. Reigns, Taker, main event. Reigns Lesnar, potentially. Main
So
event.
it would be 4 rather. I thought it was 5 for some reason.
No, WrestleMania 30 was the Shield versus Kane and the New Age Outlaws.
Oh, so we didn't know.
The main, yeah, you better call somebody. The main event on that one was Daniel Bryan, Batista, and Orton. One of the greatest improbable WWE champions. That was an amazing. Let's just face it, that was an amazing WrestleMania.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
So, gentlemen, what do you think about this whole Monday After Raw? I still forgot to mention.
What's up?
We want beach ball.
We want beach ball. Do we really want a beach ball?
Well, apparently Finn Balor wants beach ball related Balor Club shirts.
What?
I saw it on his Twitter.
Well, who's Twitter?
Finn Balor's.
Oh, he wants beach ball Balor Club. Oh my God.
Beach ball
Sometimes
Balor Club related shirts, yes.
That's asking too much. Oh, by the way, WWE has officially banned all beach ball related things at their events. Rest in peace, beach ball. We will miss you.
And that is it for the Leading Brand Raw Edition, August 21st, 2017. Gentlemen, your parting views.
Thumbs up this video. We will look in the comments. We will comment on anything you have to ask.
Peace be upon you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. You have one job. Hit that subscribe button. Goal, 20 subscribers.
And of course, you can like, share, subscribe. Of course, if you hit that like button, we'll definitely appreciate you. If you put it down, we're gonna say that you're the security guard who took down that beach ball, and I'll tell them your address. This is the Stadium Junkies Media. James Belknap signing out.